Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver with a California update for you on Saturday, October 2nd. Yesterday, on Friday, California has become the first state to require COVID-19 vaccinations in school-aged children attending public and private schools. This mandate would take effect for grades 7 through 12. FDA approval must be in place for the vaccination in order for this mandate to take place. Currently, the FDA has approved vaccinations for ages 16 and above. Pending FDA approval of the vaccination, the mandate would take place the school term following FDA approval. Students aged kindergarten through 6th grade would also be phased in once FDA approval is attained for their age group. Students 12 and older could be affected as early as January 2022, pending the FDA approval for the COVID-19 vaccination for that age range before the end of the year. Unlike other vaccination requirements for school-aged children, the plan would permit parents to cite personal beliefs in refusing to vaccinate their children against COVID-19. However, California state lawmakers and the governor could later pass a new law to eliminate the personal belief exemption. Parents will be required to submit a waiver for medical or personal beliefs if they wish their child to be exempt from the COVID-19 vaccine. If they fail to do so, they would not be allowed to enroll students for in-person classes on school campus. Unvaccinated students would then have the following options: enroll in a fully online school, attend independent study programs offered by districts, or be homeschooled. The governor's office has stated that it will wait to begin implementing the requirement until it can apply to all students ages 12 and up. The start date for this mandate could be either January 1st, 2022, July 1st, 2022, or January 1st, 2023, since the mandate is slated to start the school term after FDA approval is achieved. Next, California states supplemental sick leave to either recover from COVID-19 or care for a loved one infected with COVID-19 has come to an end effective September 30th. No legislation was proposed to extend the leave, and the California state legislature has now adjourned for the year. With this supplemental sick leave program now gone, California employees can still take 3 days of paid sick leave per year, and additionally, they can take up to 8 weeks of paid family leave to care for a seriously ill family member, which can be applied for through the California EDD. Next, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has stated that immigration officers can no longer detain and deport immigrants based solely on the fact that they are undocumented. The new guidelines require a case-by-case assessment of individuals in order to determine if they fall under one of the following categories: a suspect of terrorism or espionage, those who have committed serious crimes, and migrants who illegally cross the U.S.-Mexico border after November 1st, 2020. ICE officers are no longer permitted to arrest and deport immigrants who are contributing members of the U.S. community. This means that contributing members such as faith leaders, farm workers, and frontline health workers, among others, will not be able to be arrested or deported as long as they do not commit a major crime. Roughly 11 million undocumented immigrants live in the U.S. according to the memo, and these new guidelines would go into effect November 29th. Next, the continuing resolution passed in Congress this last Thursday included in it some additional funding set aside for natural disasters. The stopgap measure, which was passed in Congress in order to avoid a government shutdown. With California's drought and wildfire issues, California is slated to receive additional funding to help cope with these problems. By the end of the year in 2020, nearly 10,000 fires burned over 4.2 million acres, making 2020 the largest wildfire season recorded in California's modern history. This year, approximately 7,000 fires have burned over an estimated 1.9 million acres of land. $1.36 billion will go to the U.S. Forest Service for dealing with repercussions of wildfires that have been burned since 2019. $200 million will go to the Bureau of Reclamation, which oversees water resource management for projects to address droughts in the West. $238 million will go to improving California's water infrastructure. Many have experienced rental relief delays, and their applications with housing is key in the state of California. United States Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen stated that the Treasury is doing everything it can to expedite their delivery. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program is one example. Prior to the pandemic, there was essentially no national infrastructure to get the money from the government coffers to renters and landlords. Building that infrastructure has been a massive undertaking for states, localities, and tribes. The program is scaling up quickly, with 1.4 million payments made to help struggling renters to keep a roof over their heads. Still, too much of the money remains bottlenecked at the states and local levels. That's why our Treasury has been working to eliminate every piece of red tape possible in order to ensure more payments can get to renters and landlords. But states and localities must also work to remove barriers that can speed up distribution of rental assistance funds. For those of you who are experiencing delays in your rental assistance applications, or you're experiencing statuses that are not moving through and are noted as pending, awaiting landlord approval, or other problems, I want you to first try to contact Housing is Key at the Housing is Key phone number. Next, if you have been assigned a caseworker, then follow up with them there. Additionally, another place to try for assistance if your application is not moving would be the State of California Business, Consumer Services, and Housing Agency. They can be reached at 916-653-4090. If you have not yet applied for California rental assistance, I want to encourage you to do so. Despite the delays, this program will pay for up to 100% of your back owed rent, as well as future payments and utility payments. So for those of you who have not yet applied, please apply today at housing.ca.gov for rental assistance. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Students aged kindergarten through 6th grade would also be phased in once FDA approval is approved. California became the first state to announce. This is Jenny Silver with a California news update for you on Saturday, December. Skipped ahead there a little bit. We don't need fall. Millennials and leg warmers.